please keep your ears available for the rapping styles of
We got the deal.
Woo, I'm so high.
Be black and dark and still beautiful.
Bleach my skin.
My family need to come up, because we famous, so we
Donald
hunger.
Trump refers to as shithole country.
Fellas in books of obituary. You should be worried.
Another life claimed by the police? No.
My cousin's gay and my uncle's a pedophile, but guess which one brings the family more shit?
It gotta stop, because I damn near scream in public.
You ever sink your head under that bathtub water, hold your breath in.
And you can keep your pennies, because my thoughts are priceless.
When I say CC, you say P. CC. CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the. Mike. Drop the. Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love. Poetry. I love. Poetry. Give it up for Drop the Mic. Let's get it started. What's up, CCP? How y'all feeling today? I am so happy to hear that. Welcome to the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic. Please give it up for our 5th anniversary season. Yes, we are 5 years in, and we are so excited, and we are so proud of our student poets. And also, our student poets, because of them, we have earned 3 Emmy nominations. Can we have some love for being 3-time Emmy nominated? Yes. And again, that's because of the powerful work of our student poets who come up on stage every year and are so courageous and brave, and they just bare their hearts and souls. And so, yes, please give it up for them one more time. And we have 10 amazing poets who will be here today. Today is the second round of the second audition show for our 5th anniversary season. And just so you can go over well, before I give you the rules, I'll just introduce myself really quickly. My name is Dr. Michelle Myers, and I am an associate professor here in the English department at Community College of Philadelphia, and I'll be your host for the afternoon. And each one of our poets will be coming on stage, and they will have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to perform their poem. If they go over 3 minutes and 15 seconds, they'll be docked a half point for each second they go over, okay? And the folks who will be deciding who our top 5 poets are, who will move on to the final showcase, is our wonderful panel of judges. Please give it up for our judges. So the judge closest to the audience is Kevin Covington. Please make some noise for Kevin. Kevin is a support coach. He wants more, he wants more. Kevin is a support coach in the Center for Male Engagement here at Community College of Philadelphia. And next to Kevin, we have Danny Simmons. Please show your love for Danny Simmons. Danny Simmons is an amazing painter. He's an author. He's a producer. He was one of the original producers of Def Poetry Jam. So please give it up. We're so happy to have him here today. And next to Danny, we have Alicia Dantzler. Please make some noise for Alicia. Alicia is a graduate of Community College of Philadelphia, and she is also a poet in the local Philadelphia poetry scene. And next to Alicia, we have DeForio Barlow. Please put your hands together for DeForio. DeForio is a testing specialist in the assessment center here at Community College of Philadelphia. So y'all ready to hear some poetry? Everybody say yeah? So happy to hear that. Please keep that energy up. So poet on deck is Khadija, and the poet kicking it off on the mic is John. Please make some noise for John.
One form of advice I would give would be just be you. Just stay true to you. Don't try to copy anyone, and the audience will feel that if you're staying true to yourself.
She's the warmest one in the room. Her mind is in the trenches, yet her body is relentless. She stands strong like a boulder, yet her words dance up the shoulder like the days when your mom used to hold you. Every word she speaks is connected to a deep soul. She is young, fair skin, yet her mind is old. Her eyes are young, yet her mind is old. She must live in a place made of gold. Her touch hits like a soft breeze, like, okay, just breathe. You see, just picturing this angel on earth takes the breath away. But I saw her cross. She opened herself up as we walked across. We entered her home. I saw a place far from gold. Her house was cold. Her parents yelling with rage as their eyes fiery red and face of age. They throw words that hit like fiery blaze. The heart ablaze. I wanted to run away and find a fire escape, but her dad, a big man, finally spots her. He's no longer a human, but more of a monster. Gets out of the kitchen and follows her. Into her room. She's trapped, she's doomed. Boom! The devil has won, the angel now consumed. She wakes up as the sun arises with tear-dried eyes, puts on a sundress and a sweet perfume walks into class, the warmest one in the room.
I think I did better this round. I was definitely way more comfortable with it on the stage and everything.
Kevin, you have some feedback?
Okay, this is round 2. All right. Much more comfortable on stage on the second piece, and like the first piece, is really, really deep. I love the imagery. I love the flow of it. You seem a lot more comfortable here. Really good piece, John.
Danny.
I agree. I think you did a masterful job here. You did a good job, man.
Alicia.
I enjoyed the storytelling quality of this piece. I do like the way you had these like little moments where you would get really into it, where I feel like it do show you got more comfortable on stage this time around. I would just say like those times when you do stumble and you do mess up, you did a good job of like taking those moments to just get back on that horse and keep going. So good job at that, too.
And DeForio.
Yeah, I thought you were better this time. I thought it was more confidence. You felt more about the piece and more in tune with it to me this time.
Thank you, judges. Please make some noise one more time for John.
This round was way easier for me just because I got the swing of it. I know how it works. I never talked into a mic before, so I got used to it on the second time around, for sure.
The poet on deck is Marquis Wright Lee. And coming to the mic now, we have Khadija. Please, make some noise for Khadija.
If I could give one piece of advice to somebody starting poetry, I would say don't be afraid to get on stage.
It was the last week of Ramadan. The sun stretched itself across every block as it set. We ate till our bellies swole, spoke of Allah before and after eating. We prayed the long prayer, stood till our legs ached, till the imam's voice became hoarse from speaking God's name, till the air became thick with prayer and blessings. That night, we counted the stars before we slept, woke up early next morning, and walked to the masjid to make the air dense again. On June 18th, 2017, Nebra Hassanin woke up early, but did not make it back to count the stars. The next day was just another day, and not the day after a tragedy. There was no public outcry. A man struck her with a metal bat, and they say it wasn't a hate crime, say road rage. Make note of nothing, question nothing. A Muslim girl dies, and we bury her and her story. News report says, at approximately 4 a.m., a dispute occurred between a group of teens and a man driving a car. News report fails to tell us that he spoke first, to tell us that he made fun of our prayer, to tell us that he parked his car by a home of worship. Instead says, it appears. Man got out of his car and assaulted one of them, 17-year-old girl. He then abducted her. They forget the part where he chases them, where she is alone in the parking lot with them and her body hits the ground and the air is thick with her screams, with her fear, with her friends' fear, with her family's fear, and everyone else is sleeping peacefully while a black Muslim girl gets torn apart. News report says new charges say that she may have been raped. Police don't know if this was before or after the altercation. Police don't know how many times he hit her, if she was dead before or after abduction, if she suffered. But they do know it wasn't out of hate, but rage. Maybe it was. If we say Nebra's murderer was just a disturbed man, will we deny that the air is thick with Islamophobia? Will we deny that if Nebra was Natalie, there would be no ambiguity, no dry eye, no silence in the nighttime? If Nebra was Natalie, they would have found her when they reported her missing. She would have made it home, counted the stars, and she would have seen the sun the next morning. Thank you.
Do I feel like I've gotten into the swing of things? I always feel like there's gonna be room for improvement. Always. Like, there's always something I can fix. But yeah.
Danny, do you have some feedback for Khadija?
Very powerful, very powerful, very powerful. Your delivery was on time. I mean, I was really into the poem. I could feel your feeling coming from it. Thank you.
Alicia.
I really enjoyed the way you set up the poem. You did this thing where basically you brought us into this moment kind of where the night started, but it ended totally different. And you had this line, like you took us on that journey. So you did a great job with the imagery, and the line just not out of hate, but rage is like a really strong, powerful line. Because I feel like a lot of times when we do have incidents like this that occur, that's what it gets swept up under. So we forget to talk about the hate. So I really enjoyed the poem. Really strong piece.
DeForio.
I like how you stand and deliver. I like how you present it. You give everything you can, and it's meant with intention. Good job.
And Kevin.
I just want to say thank you for sharing the piece. It is very, very heavy. I know it's very personal to you. And to be able to share something like that with a group of strangers, it can't be easy. You command the stage, and that's what this is about. And I just almost feel just wrong about, just grading this, just judging it. It's such a great piece. I hope that people were able to hear this again.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Khadija.
Based off today's performance, do I have a fair shot of winning? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
There's a war on colors ever since we've been coloring books. They've been booking colors in books of obituary. You should be worried.
It grows up like you and me and finally gets to see its father, but he is not behind bars or laying dead in the street. Another life claimed by the police, no.
My family need to come up, cause we famous, so we hunger. For the Lammy green is money. Come on. Every year Philly Auto Show tease the candy dreams of stunting. So that shit, it gotta stop, cause I damn near scream in public.
I love you, Dr. Myers.
Poet on deck is Aisiah, and coming to the mic now, we have Marquis Wright Lee. Please make some noise for Marquis.
If I can give someone one piece of advice when in poetry, it would be yourself. Don't worry about the people. Remember why you wrote. If it's fun for you, keep doing it. And if it's not fun for you, chill out on it. Do something else. Just find what's you and have fun with it.
Research shows that some white women are, at times, the catalyst to destruction. The carrier of black plague strong enough to wipe out entire civilization's context. Imagine if Emmett got to walk out of that store without a death sentence. Imagine if Carolyn Bryant didn't hear her grenade pin pull on a whistle. Imagine if Emmett got to go back home, smiling, his mama smiling, not having to spend a second wishing her and her baby ain't become household names till infinity and beyond. Example 2. Imagine if Sarah Page just did her job and acted like nobody was worried about her, because wasn't nobody worried about her? Imagine if she hadn't lit the fuse that set Tulsa, Oklahoma on fire, turned Black Wall Street to ashes, sending cries, "Mama, we made it," up in a smoke signal. My people can never unsee the term white woman be a caution sign. Be the title to a pie chart where the largest portion looks like a ravenous Miss Pac-Man hopped up on white supremacy power pellets ready to devour everything until even our ghosts are destroyed. Represented in that portion are the overt racist, the closet racist, the colorblind. You know, the ones that are all smiling with their liberal badge of pride until the lights go down and the shadows start to get a little too close, then all of a sudden she is afraid of the dark and anything it can synonym with. Get a black hole lit up if she could, make you question who the real danger is. Make you think white woman roughly translates to something nuclear, or earthquake for your house of cards, or the rising sea level before Atlantis gets a new neighbor, but like, no slander, fam, if that's your type, you know? Love who you love. But remember, some white Johns are hounds sent out to stir the game so the hunter can play. Example 3, having the cops called on me, or my niggas by no other association in this skin while minding our glorious black business, or going for a run, or going home too, or making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and she think we up to something. White women shook now, police asking questions when we ain't do nothing, issue warning when we ain't do nothing, fit bracelets, batons, bullet when we ain't do nothing. Some white Johns are the sound the bullet makes before it starts its pilgrimage. Are the noises the haunted house makes before it swallows you whole. She the thing mama warned you about. Said if she can't use my comb, don't bring her home. That comb being the crucifix and holy water to ward off them type of demons, the type of enemy you keep close and will poison your air even while you watch and make your lungs flint water heavy, so much so they sink to your feet and anchor you to the bottom of the ocean of white tears until you drown in it. Research shows that there's a pattern going on. The numbers show that such consistency is lethal. The charts show that 53% of white women voted for a man that would elect to put their pussies in a petting zoo. So remember, over half these white Johns are hounds for the hunt. Thank you.
How do I think I did this time? I think I did think I did well. Everybody was receptive to it. Everybody liked it. So, you know, I think I did well.
Alicia, you have some feedback.
He did not come to play with these hoes. Yo, like I can't even, like I wasn't even ready to give comment. Like, yo, you murked that poem so much so. Like so many lines, delivery, engaging the audience, captivation. You did everything you were supposed to do in that piece. And the message, once again. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
DeForio.
So tickets go on sale when? I'm getting my ticket. That's all I'm saying.
Kevin.
Yo. First of all, the opening line should be on the T-shirt. I'm just saying, you need to reflect back and get that opening line for the T-shirt. Earthquake for a House of Cards, like, yo, if white privilege has a church, you'd be the reverend. To school these people, like, yo, wow. Great piece, man, great piece.
And Danny.
You know, if this was an audition for Def Poetry, you would be on the stage. That's square business. Really, really, really strong piece. I mean, what engages me most is how topical it is. I mean, every day we're reading about somebody calling the police on somebody for just living, and then you're right here telling that story from our perspective and what it is like to be a young black man under that sort of gaze. So congratulations, good work.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Marquis.
I think I did better this performance. Settled into it more.
Poet on deck is Black Cancer. And coming to the mic now, we have Aisiah. Please put your hands together for Aisiah.
Are you ready to perform in front of a bunch of people? Because I wasn't ready at all.
Okay, so they asked me why am I so heartless. I say, I'm sorry. I love too hard. I'm sorry. I care too much. I'm sorry, I just can't commit. It could take my mind away, but it would never replace how numb I feel. I'm sorry, I haven't lived a day. I'm sorry, you haven't lived a day in my shoes. I wake up with a waiting apology. You don't deserve this. I'm hurting. You wouldn't be able to heal me. I'm sorry, you can tell me all your darkest secrets and I still wouldn't care. I'm sorry, this isn't an excuse, but my sperm doing it made me this way. Questioning, sorry, not sorry, could you hear my pain? I laugh to keep from crying. You will never see these tears flowing from my face, forming a river down my face. Oh, hold up. You will never see tears flowing from my face. No, hold up. You will never see tears flowing from my eyes, forming a river down my face. I'm sorry, but fuck you and your feelings. I'm sorry, just me. I'm sorry, and I will never apologize for being me. I'm sorry for not taking your feelings in consideration, but I could care less. What is it to feel? Sometimes feeling is the only way to survive. Sometimes not feeling is the only way to survive. I'm sorry, but take it or leave it. I'm used to people stepping out on me. I'm just sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Judge me when you live the day in my shoes. I'm sorry I caused so much pain trying to figure out me. I'm sorry. I was born into this world not knowing how to love someone without losing myself. I'm sorry. I'm just a sorry ass.
I believe I did somewhat better than my first.
Woo! Give it up one more time for Aisiah. DeForio.
So you took your coat off, you're a little more relaxed. I still want you to engage the audience a little bit more, but I thought you did a better job this time.
Kevin.
Yeah, nicer delivery then. Now it's like, this is it. You feel more comfortable now? It's yes, you are. You feeling like it's a really good piece. It's a really good piece. And like DeForio said, just engage a little more. You know what's going on, and just own that piece.
Danny.
Yeah, I like the personalness of it and the way you deliver it. It really sounds like you're talking about something that you've been through, and it makes the audience connect with you as a poet. So you did a good job this time. Thank you.
And Alicia.
Okay, I enjoyed the poem in the moments where, it's so weird, because the moments where you like, hold on, like, hold up. I feel like we saw more of your personality in those moments. Bring that to the poetry, because I feel like it would have been what you're talking about is definitely relatable. So what you're like, bringing that personality into the poem would have made it such a stronger piece. But just remember, just get comfortable, be you on stage. It's your material, be you, take it, do what you want to do with it. Be you, bring it to the stage.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Aisiah.
I believe I wasn't as nervous as I was before.
So after our next poet, we have our featured poet for the afternoon, Kathy Vilefon. Please give it up for Kathy Vilefon. I'm so happy. My poetry partner from Yellow Rage, she is here today. Coming to the mic first, though, we have Black Cancer. Please make some noise for Black Cancer.
As long as I embrace the crowd and the crowd embraces me, they come first. I feel like I could give off the right type of energy and they motivate me to want to do good for them. You know what I mean?
What's up, y'all? I'm coming to enjoy myself. I want y'all to party with me. Fuck with me, DJ. Fuck with me, okay? All right? Bet. Weed, alcohol, and pills, nigga, been a mixture. Why these rappers glorify your body? I hope sick my liver? Nah. Weed, alcohol, and pills, nigga, been a mixture. Why these rappers glorify your body? I hope sick the liver, not my shit it, cause I need a doctor visit. For real. I got a daughter to raise, ain't got no children, you don't feel where I'm coming from. My younger ones, I bust down first, then I run the slums. Father first, cancer second, I handle business, you fumble them, your hands are slipping. Damn, you reckless, in Atlanta weapons, I run with guns. Cannons, trying to manage to hammer to the top with hits. We ain't out the miss, where your fucking guns? Jamming with gossip, bitch niggas can't stand they vagina. Rich nigga, my plan is to guap it. This nigga can't handle the nonsense, that ain't profit. Fetty wop it, Chetty Brock it. E.T., you pregnant in pockets. Bands come your way and they steady be marching. Yeah, baby. My family need to come up, cause we famished, so we hunger. For the Lammy green is money. Come on. Every year, Philly Auto Show, tease the candy, dreams of stunting. So that shit, it gotta stop, cause I damn near scream in public. Sitting low as shit when I'm cooping in the bins, but you know I'm high as shit. Cause the roof is where I live. I ain't with that grimy shit, you wasn't true from the begin. Cause bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Sitting low as shit when I'm cooping in the bins, but you know I'm high as shit, cause the roof is where I live. I ain't with that grimy shit, you wasn't true from the begin. Cause bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. If you know me, then you know I want the best for you. I don't do hate because I know it make less of you. Stand as a man and you sit as a vegetable. Only one collard greens is my pedestal. Yeah. Doubt that these niggas knock me off it. I don't forfeit. Doubt that these niggas knock me off it. I don't forfeit. Not for bullshit. Not for nonsense. I will toss the bullshit in your face. Stay in your place. I'm in the race to make this cake, cause days is crazy. Man, I bathe with apes and bathe in apes, so I bathe with faith. Cause nigga, I won't let a motherfucker put me under. Pussies wander in the jungle. Look, the crumble could be humble. They don't give a fuck. Exactly why my fists are dumb. Don't wanna fight, then a clip a bus. I'm gonna make a whole night, I ain't with a hearse, you finna church. Only God can take my life and judge it. I don't owe people nothing, don't know me for nothing, don't make an assumption. Who cares what you heard about the old me, I'm buffering. And just cause I roll on my lonely, don't mean the homies ain't thucking. Look you in your eyes, look at you a swine, turn your pig ass to baloney and gotcha, motherfucker. I love my family, and I love CCP, I am a graduate. This is Drop the Mic, the celebration. It's 3:15, thank you.
Cancer!
I think I did good. I just was having fun, man. I'm sorry, like, I ain't worried about a thing.
Kevin!
I made that shit.
I know you did! Wait. Kevin, you got some feedback from Black Cancer.
Am I supposed to follow that? like, yo, really?
He's running the show now.
Right. Because I did take that look. I'm like, I hope he can get this in. And the clock was counting. You hit your buzzer. You hit the buzzer. You hit it like Steph Curry. So, yo, yeah, I'll lend that to you. Good piece, because I think I'm going over my time. Real good piece, man.
Danny.
Yeah, man. When I was watching you, I said, damn, that's Black Ice. That's how I felt when I saw him for the first time.
I know who that is, too.
I hope so, man. yeah, you connect where people need to be. So yeah, you got that, man.
Alicia.
It was just fun watching you perform. I enjoyed your flow. I enjoyed the fact that the audience was rocking with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have those moments that you could get people riled out, so everybody be like, you wasn't with me shooting. Like, you have to take those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like there's different types of poets, there's different types of performances. So it's good to have, you know, these moments where you actually rocking out, like you on stage with your mic, like you spitting. You got the crowd rocking with you. That's dope.
And DeForio.
I really feel like this is a competition. Like you said, everybody's different, and I think that's what's making it really interesting this time around.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Black Cancer.
I graduated from here, so this is my school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of vibe for me.
Can you give it up for the first half of our second round of the second? Give it up for all our poets who performed in the first half. They did an amazing job.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And this is season 5 of Drop the Mic.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
Season 5, Drop the Mic.
And I'm gonna stay with the crown.
And I'm completely humbled to be here.
And the air conditioner is on frigid.
Congratulations, we made it this far.
And we going for the Emmy this time.
Yeah. Word.
So after our featured poet on deck is Poetic Rev. But coming to the mic now, we have our feature poet. Khadija Villefan is an award-winning writer and spoken word poet. As a founding member of the group Yellow Rage, with me in our group Yellow Rage, she was one of the first Asian American females to appear on HBO's Def Poetry Jam, all because of Danny Simmons, okay? Through her work, she provides an awareness not often heard, drawing from personal narrative. Throughout her artistic career, Khadija has been a 2012 Creative Capital finalist, a 4-time Leeway Foundation honoree, and was most recently named a 2016 Woman Nonprofit Leader by Philadelphia City Council. She is a co-founding chair of the Lao American Writers Summit and was appointed to the Mayor's Commission on Asian American Affairs and recently became a council member of the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts. A child of refugees, Khadija was born in a camp on the way to America and thus considers herself part of the .5 generation. She resides in South Philly with her daughter, Aditi. Please, make some noise, show some love for Khadija Villefan.
I'm really glad I'm not being judged. Yeah. So this poem is dedicated to all my Lao people. Are there any Lao people out here? I am. See, there we go. I'm the loudest. No, not loud. Lao. But we love you anyway. So this poem is about, I guess when you are a refugee and you live in a place not where all your people are, it's kind of hard to find where your people are. So this is a poem about finding your people. It's called SOS in Reverse. It always starts with a song and dance, a friendly chant. Not too much peppers, not too much fish sauce, not too much MSG. Not too much, not yet. Something safe, like a curse word. This is not a cry for help, seeking the attention of a somebody, anybody. Who I'm looking for knows exactly what I'm saying. SOS in reverse. If you find me, I help you. Only we can hold this space. If you don't get it, it's not for you. My calls alert you by how hard I pronounce that S on the end of Laos. Maybe if we're comfortable, I might come out and ask you, Jamahat Banlaba, how close are you to home? I might even make it official. Ceremony with Sukwon, Basi, Matkan, whatever you call it, it's all the same thing. Sabaidi, wandering soul, who knows how long you've been lost? What village you come from, what tribe you rep? Are you ready to greet me in native dialect? The umbrella called Asian America can't cover all of us. Not when it's about to be New Year's, blessing water spilling everywhere. Our monks make it rain all April, April, April. We run in the same Lambong circles. While you were fixated on your fawn, I was going to end deep on the yawn. Everybody in the band is our uncle, so I guess we fam now. We'll force drink the shots, brown and strong like the men who brought us up. Hennessy, Johnny Walker, or like when your half brother from your dad's side makes that La Bognon that tastes like bootleg jungle medicine, and there will drunk confess. How many peppers belong in a proper tamakong? Do you say doi or saikok or saioa? Which refugee camp do you claim? Oh, a church sponsored you? We are aided by Jews. Trump supporter? Black Lives Matter? Me too. Which flag do you use? The three-headed elephant or the red, white, and blue? In this moment, which could go either way, I only care that you are aware and I am alive. Only we can hold this space. SOS in reverse. If you don't get it, it's okay. It's not for you. We break silence with laughter. The way outsiders can't say our names right, they don't have the umamis like our mommies, the way their voices take up spaces like opening a jar of badak. I wish our kids could get excited about Kinali and Yak the way they do with wizards and orcs. Representation matters. I'm Team Wakanda forever too, but can I get a palak palam? And I explain, even if you don't listen, why I sometimes use the word Laotian, because I know I am Lao and you're Khmu and she's Tai Dang and she's Tai Dam and he is Hmong, but inside our homes we know that place once called Lansang. Cambodians from the same block, Vietnamese from the same boat. I'll save a spot on the sot for you too. SOS in reverse. Only we can hold this space. If you don't get it, it's okay. Maybe I'll see you again. Maybe on Facebook. Maybe on Saturday if you tak day. Maybe on Sunday if you tak bat. Oh, by the way, mom says mother, dad says set, ba says bato, and lung says satu. Only we can hold this space. When we finally get to hold this place just for us, as long as you hold out your hand for me, I will have a white thread to wrap around your wrist. It would be a celebration, a blessing for a special occasion. Is there nothing more sacred than when refugees find home in each other? Thank you.
Give it up for Kathy Villefon, my poetry partner, my sister in poetry.
Unbeknownst to you, ultimately you changed my life. I love you, Dr. Myers.
There's a war on colors ever since we've been coloring and coloring books. They've been booking colors in books of obituary. You should be worried.
It grows up like you and me and finally gets to see its father, but he is not behind bars or laying dead in the street. Another life claimed by the police, no.
So now we're gonna resume with the second half of the second round of the second audition show of the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic. Poet on deck is EC. And coming to the mic now, we have Poetic Rev. Please make some noise for Poetic Rev.
The one thing I would tell people that's getting into poetry is speak from your soul, not from your heart.
Each day that go by, I start to understand the man. When he said we all was created equally, because we all got the same uncle, right, Tom? They say I keep taking shots at the man, I must not be in my right mind. Then I cut on the news, tell you today is the right time. They said we need to go back to the caves, but my socks say otherwise. He says 3 sides to a story, and truth can never tell its side. We over here playing the T and F, but can't identify the T and F, even if it was televised. But let me tell you the time I went down to the Chocolate City. There, went down to the Chocolate City. To you, it's known as D.C. But I turned my head and seen the White House. With one hand, I waved. With the other, I put up the finger like I hope that you can see me. But when I walked inside of the African American Museum, in that place, my body had started to shake. Something inside of me had started to die, and tears was coming from my eyes. Then I went to go visit Emmett Till. Came across this image. Actually, this image real. Something inside of me started crying and banging on the Emmett sill, so I could sign the Emmett deal. But at that moment, I inherited Emmett's will. I inherited Emmett's field. So Emmett is still alive because this Emmett real. So shall I show you exactly how Emmett feels? Thank you.
This time around, I did better. I did a lot better.
Danny, do you have some feedback?
Really good, brother. I think you did a better job than you did the first time. I was able to connect more with this poem, and when you talked about the African American Museum, that's the same exact way I felt when I went in there for the first time. So you were able to communicate what you were saying. Good job.
Alicia.
And I agree, I really enjoyed just how you just kept flipping the Emmett Till line and then just ending it on that powerful, like the whistle, and then, like the delivery and making sure we actually caught everything you were saying and enunciated each line. Really dope piece.
DeForio.
I like the tone of your voice. I think that it's very important that you capture your audience, and I think your voice does that.
And Kevin.
Yeah, I thought this was a better performance this time, and I think you really nailed that ending. Like Danny was saying, it's like you kept us there, and we didn't feel cut short. It was a shorter piece, but you nailed it at the end. I thought it was really good.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Poetic Rev.
Well, first of my last performance, I do think I got to the swing of things. It was just nerves that got in the way. It was just like a thing that doesn't leave me ever. So it's like I had to get over the nerves. Once I got over that, everything was fine.
Poet on deck is Meek Boss. And coming to the mic now, we have EC. Please make some noise for EC.
Compared to the first performance, I definitely say I'm way more comfortable than I was. I just felt a lot more confident too, I would say as well.
I'm from blue skies and green grass, sweet air and wild laughter. From Bibles in every corner to Brother Campaign, preaching on open forum. I'm from a cookie-cutter life, where fathers work a 9 to 5 and mothers stay home. A place of diversity, yet cultureless. I'm from a mother and father who spoke morals since birth, respect, love, humbleness, selflessness. From honor thy father and thy mother, so your days may be long in the land of the living. I'm from, you don't look African, but what does African look like? From black and African are the same, but yet they're different. I'm from a fashion statement culture where Africanism only exists in your home. I'm from the sharp smells of my mother's cooking, jollof to fill your belly, and puff puff to satisfy your sweet tooth. I'm from church, American church, so bland and lifeless. From church, African church, filled with blessings and preachings. From 3 a.m. Snickers to my brothers, did that lady's wig just fall off? As she span in circles, crying out languages I didn't understand. I'm from a place of love, a place where it's about your character and not your appearance. I'm from home.
This time around, I think I did a lot better than last time, definitely.
Alicia, do you have some feedback?
So one of the things I really enjoyed about this poem is, as you went to describe the places that you are from, like just being able to relate to some of these things, like the wigs falling off in church. No, I'm so serious. And just hearing, like smelling your mother's cookie, like what we identify as home. So it's nice to listen to a poem, and you delivered it in a way. You had such a soothing voice and such a nice delivery of your pieces, where you're talking to me, and I feel like we're having a conversation. Like, yeah, girl, I relate. I know exactly what you're talking about. So I enjoyed that about your piece very much.
DeForio.
I like the flow of your piece. I like the way you delivered it. I like the way you stood there and you talked to us and you took us on that journey and you kept us engaged. So I really like that.
Kevin.
Yeah, it was really, really important to do. I mean, you had the piece of paper there, but you still connected. And the piece was just so full of imagery. And like I was in Mom's kitchen, then all of a sudden I was behind that lady whose wig fell off. So you took us in these places, and it was really, really nice. And then the way you ended it was nice as well. So really good piece.
And Danny.
Yeah, the imagery, it was like I was watching the poem while I was hearing it, because I could see the scenes that you created and you laid down. You delivered it well, and I was able to really see and connect with it very strongly. Thank you.
Thank you, judges. One more time for EC.
If I could give one piece of advice I would give someone that's trying to get into poetry, I would tell them just go for it. Like, don't hold back. Everything you want to say, just say it.
Poet on deck is Lindo, yes. And coming to the mic now, we have Meek Boss. Please put your hands together for Meek Boss.
If I could give someone advice that wants to do poetry, I would tell them to just speak how you feel and get it on paper. It's relevant and it matters. By a show of hands, anybody here Marvel fans, superhero fans? All right. Well, this next piece, I wanted to share an experience. About almost 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I had the honor of meeting the real life Wonder Woman. Like, real shit, real talk. So So this is a piece, basically a homage to Wonder Woman, and hence that's the title. This poem is for a woman in celebration of all that she does, from lending a smile contagious to offering a heart of gold and a personality so outrageous, she spews nothing but love. But I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you found me hiding in that dwelling I built. Weren't its partitions too mystifying? Its walls too tall for your short stature? No. Like the yellow rage rebel you are, you disregarded its do not disturb signs plastered about the stones. Stones as cold and hard as my heart had been, yes. Like that first poem I was broken. Broken like that third bottle I chugged and threw at my own reflection in the mirror. Drink until I pass out or die with my stipulations. So much I had forgotten how to live. But there's just something about that non-judgmental love you give. This poem is for a woman who has the power to see potential through flaws. You make dreams feel achievable. Your confidence in me makes me believe in myself, even though I hadn't for a long time. Your voice on TV came to me like a shaman, speaking words only I could hear, and awakening the spirit I thought had died. See, I was just as good as dead inside, but like magic, you brought me back. This poem is for the Wonder Woman who restored my passion for writing and that deep felt connection between myself and literature. Unbeknownst to you, ultimately you changed my life. And isn't that what superheroes do? I love you, Dr. Myers. I think I did all right. I stumbled with my second performance, but I think overall it went well.
I can't speak to Furio.
Don't cry.
I think it's important that we recognize and understand and really praise our heroes. And I think we don't do that enough as young people or people in general, and I think you did a good job with that. And I'm sure Dr. Myers is surprised and happy. And you don't realize when you stand up in front of students on a daily basis how you could possibly impact students, you know, so, and it's important. It's important.
Kevin.
Girl, don't get me start crying. There's the expression of giving their flowers while they're still alive so they can appreciate it. And this is a beautiful bouquet that you've presented. I'm really, really attached to that line, the power to see potential through flaws. And I think that's the responsibility of everybody, because I think we spend too much time, ironically enough, judging people and not seeing their potential through their flaws. And I love this piece. And Meek, you always bring something else to it. And thank you.
Wow, Kevin, jeez.
Danny.
Man, she touched me, man. Hold on.
Danny.
Well, we can see the work your poetry does right here. So, I mean, I think your greatest ability as a poet is able to reach inside of yourself and plant whatever you're feeling in yourself and somebody else, and that's a gift. I mean, beyond the words, beyond the performance, the fact that you can communicate from one spirit to another that deeply is really touching.
And Alicia.
I really enjoyed the poem. I think I like the flow of it. I like the setup of the poem. I have to go out and mention the fact that although Michelle is Wonder Woman, she's still She-Hulk. Because many don't know this, but Michelle do get very She-Hulkish. But she is Wonder Woman as well. Good job, good job, good job.
Give it up one more time for Meek Boss.
Way you always gain your nerve after the first performance, so I think I did get a lot more comfortable since the first round.
Poet on deck is Tiana. And the poet coming to the mic now is Lindo. Yes, please put your hands together for Lindo. Yes.
One advice I would give someone that is trying to get into poetry is be yourself, speak your truth, and go to an open mic as often as possible.
I remember changing the channel from cartoons to the news and seeing Donald Trump sit next to Obama. And every time I heard and saw Donald Trump, all I heard and saw was a bounty hunter back in plantation times that used to catch a runaway slave, bring him back to the plantation, or get a free man, rip up his freedom papers, bring him back to the auction block or plantation. Every time I thought of the plantation, I thought of the crime bill and how many people were put in the prison system as if it was a plantation. Every time I saw Obama, I saw a free man and thought to myself, oh yeah, it's a new day. It's a new day. Obama looked like a free man giving his house to the bounty hunter after endorsing the former slave owner that put us on plantations. He's trying to convince us that this is as American as apple pie, as if we didn't get a slice of it at the dinner table with Jim Crow, Uncle Sam, Uncle Tom giving us a Trayvon verdict. We are hurt, we are scarred, and America wants us to cover up our scars with our emotional makeup. You know, grin and bear, maybe put up a fist in silence. Well, there have been too many riots of the unheard. We finna turn up the volume of the speaker, make a lot of noise, break a lot of glass ceilings, stump on a lot of floors, leave the ground breaking. Cause we've been carrying America on our aching lynch back for too long. And tell me, what's more patriotic than that? To love a country that keeps on reminding you that it hates you. I mean, the electoral college look like the red carpet for the KKK. So we finna cut a rug, do a 1-2 step until we leave footprints of a giant, cause they trying to birth a nation. We gonna abort that ignorance, Planned Parenthood to raise sons and daughters to a new day to come, and I know they're gonna come for me, asking me to say sorry, but I've been too unapologetic lately because I have too much faith in my culture, too much faith in my people, and too much faith in the new day to come. And I'll tell y'all some shit right now. I've been working too hard on my name to see it be a hashtag in the morning. I'm grateful every morning I don't wake up a hashtag, a trending topic of tragedy, a black and brown body outlining white, red blood, water, and concrete because of shades of blue, white lies of finding how black lives matter, my God. There's a war on colors ever since we've been coloring books. They've been booking colors in books of obituary. You should be worried, because even those that survive lose years of their life in beige and gray boxes with no windows. When they come out, you can barely see the souls of their windows. They look lost, and I have lost myself in tears, found myself here crying, because I haven't yet grieved over Trayvon. He looked so much like me when I saw him, I thought I died. Became a hashtag in the morning, a trending topic of tragedy, a black and brown body outlined in white, red blood, water, and concrete because of shades of blue, white lies of finding how black lives matter. Thank you.
I feel more confident about this time around than I felt last time, and that's because I just took more risks with my poetry, and I really kind of just like prepped myself better knowing the environment that I was in. You know, getting used to the lights being on me, the stage, being judged afterwards, and just being able to look at that crowd.
Kevin, you have some feedback?
Yo, this is round 2. This is, for you, you talking about competition. This is it, this is real. Brother, you worked the words. The hashtag line was just incredible. I think it had everybody like, damn. And that's really what you want in your piece, to kind of really impact people like that. And you did that with this piece. Really strong piece.
Thank you.
Danny.
Yeah, I saw that picture when you said Obama and Trump. That just flashed and spoke volumes. The fact that you would put that in a poem to speak about what's going on in America beyond that moment into what's going on now, and then bringing how social media is controlling how we see all these things was a powerful way of directing your poetry. So, man, congratulations. Good poem.
Alicia.
I think it was really dope the way you just allowed your words to carry the poem. Like, these are all things that a lot of us can feel and we relate to. So it's easy for you to emit this emotion just based off your words, and choosing those words wisely and playing with each way you're flipping these ideas and these concepts. I think that was really dope and just powerful.
And DeForio.
I think when people say that young people don't pay attention, they haven't listened to young people. I think that you have embodied, as well as the other poets, all the things that are going on right now that are relevant, that you all are listening to the news, you are paying attention to what's going on and how it's impacting you. And that's important.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Lindo, yes!
Oh yeah, I definitely feel as though I got in the swing of things. I'm always anxious and nervous because I'm always critical of what I could have did better, what things I didn't say that I should have said and stuff like that, because like it's just an organic experience. Like you can rehearse so much of your poetry in front of the mirror, but then being on stage is like another experience that you just can't predict. And being in that moment is what's gonna change your performance. Of just like, do you own it, or is it something that becomes so much of a challenge that it overwhelms you?
Closing out round 2 of the second audition show of the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic is Tiana. Please make some noise for Tiana.
One piece of advice is don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone has a voice, and if you want to express it, I think you can and you should express it.
So I wanted to shed light on abortion because it's a big thing, whether like anti or you're for, it's just a big thing, and just how it's impacting me. Sometimes at night when the moon is high and lifted up and the street lights on 4th and Main have shone its last light, ready to get some shut-eye, like the rest of the residents that line the block, lights slowly flickering until there is nothing but darkness, the unborn baby cries out to me. It cries out to me like Abel's blood cried out to God, and I sit and listen, and I listen until every part of my being is focused intently on the cry, until my consciousness has lined up like the alignment of vast planets to produce weird occurrences on the earth. I listen until my stream of consciousness is no more divided amongst the humming of the refrigerator that moans downstairs, begging to be filled, and the soft murmurs of my sister professing her unrequited love for the boy she doesn't even know. I listen, and I hear the sound of what could have been and what ifs and if onlys. The unborn baby cries, even though we have shut off its ability to express oneself, an expression it has never had since it was cut off from the earth without a choice. It cries a song of what could have been and what ifs and if onlys, and I still myself and listen. The unborn baby cries and it tells a story, and in the story, the child is taken home and nurtured by its mother, anticipating the influx of breast milk to fill its empty belly. It grows up like you and me and finally gets to see its father, but he is not behind bars or laying dead in the street, another life claimed by the police. No. He is sitting in a chair, watching you as you imagine whole worlds and take over whole kingdoms in the midst of your living room floor, and you grow a little more and you get to experience a first kiss of bliss that you wish you've never encountered, because now the boy has taken your heart out of your chest to claim it as his own, and you let him, and when he breaks your heart, you cry a Nile and then move on because you know that more love is soon to come, and you get to wait for the day you say, I do. You choose life each time because to you, it is a treasure. It is a pearl. You do not know what it's like to be the baby unborn. You have planned plans and made memories and lived whole lives of other men and women who haven't even bothered to live their lives themselves. And then the story ends, and I want to honor it. So I gather the collection of tears that have piled on my legs, and I hold them in my hand, and the unborn baby drinks, and the rest of the night, I hear cries of what could have been, and what ifs, and if onlys, and I see the one flickering light that poises itself on the corner of 4th and Main, and I lie down under its guidance.
I think I did pretty well. I was still really nervous. I still am, still shaking, but I think I did good.
Danny, do you have some feedback?
Poem was so powerful. It's when he spoke about young people and people don't think they pay attention, and he said something about the news. Y'all are the news. You and the things that you talk about, the things that create how we see the world, and I appreciate y'all for doing that, because young people really are who makes this world what it is and will be able to change it. And your poetry, all of you all of your poetry are vehicles to change this world. So thank you, everybody.
Alicia.
I think one of the things that I most enjoyed about this poem is just the contrast of, you saying, I'm not saying I'm, for or against, giving people the chance to see, like, some of us, we go through things in life and you just have to be open to listen, open to understanding. People go through things, whether they make this choice or that choice. So I think this poem did exactly that, and I definitely applaud you for doing that.
DeForio.
So this is season 5, and season 5 is really gonna be popping. Let me just say that I'm looking forward to the finale because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Kevin.
Yeah, and I think I'll say 2 different things. The piece was wonderful. I'm glad you were able to get it in that time frame. We're big on that. It's like, I hope they can get it in. It's really, really, really good. Really powerful piece.
Thank you, judges. One more time for Tiana.
Yeah, now that I've gotten over the first and second performances, I do feel like this is something I would love to do long term, actually. So.
And please give it up one more time for all of our student poets who performed. That closes out the second round of the second audition show, the 5th anniversary season of Drop the Mic.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
And this is season 5 of Drop the Mic.
It's season 5 of Drop the Mic.
Season 5, Drop the Mic.
And I'm gonna stay with the crown.
And I'm completely humbled to be here.
And the air conditioner is on frigid.
Congratulations, we made it this far.
And we going for the Emmy this time.
Yeah. Word.
Okay, so we have our top 5 poets who will be moving on to the final showcase next week, October 23rd. In no particular order, first poet moving on to the final showcase, Lindo, yes. Please stand as I call your name. Second poet moving on to the final showcase, Khadija. Please stand. In no particular order, next poet moving on to the final showcase, Marquis. Please give it up for Marquis. Next poet moving on to the final showcase, Meek Boss. And the 5th and final poet moving on to the final showcase next Tuesday, October 23rd, Black Cancer. This is our top 5. Thank you all so much. Please give it up one more time for all of our poets. Please, one more time for all of our poets, our judges, yourselves. Please come back next week. Thank you all for being here. Have a great afternoon.